That's me right there, and I am currently standing in the quietest place on Earth. So I just got back from Hawaii, specifically the island of Maui, and out of all the incredible things I got to experience, the one thing that left the most impact was the crater. The crater is located in Haleakala, which is one of the world's largest volcanoes and the third largest mountain in the world if measured from the ocean floor, which means it's technically taller than Mount Everest. Technically. It's been nicknamed the quietest place on Earth by scientists who measured a sound level of only 10 decibels, which is around the volume of human breathing, but I'm gonna find out for myself, or I already did because I'm already back. So apparently the Apple Watch just has a decibel meter built in. I had no idea this was a feature, but it's supposed to be like really accurate. Like just as accurate as the ones that you would buy from the store, like the big boy ones. Right now it's reading like 80 in here. If I turn the AC off, we're gonna get 40, 39. Okay, that's the record so far. So I wanna see just how low this can go in the crater with no wind, absolutely no noise. All right, and then for reference, outside, we're sitting at about 50. We got about 50 out here. That makes sense though. We got birds, we got nature, we've got... So the drive to the crater is kind of insane. You basically drive from sea level to 10,000 feet in around 90 minutes, which I think is like the fastest out of any road that you can do that. It's almost always cloudy because of weather pattern stuff. I'm not even gonna pretend like I understand. But the coolest part is how you end up driving into and through the clouds. The temperature drops like 20 degrees, so it's kind of crazy going from like 80s to 60s, 50s, even 40s if it's like early in the morning. And then you're just above the clouds. Also, I thought my Cheetos were gonna explode. So to give you a sense of the elevation, I'm not in the crater yet. That's still a bit farther up. Here's my Cheeto bag. It was normal down there, and now it looks like it's ready to explode. That's a good view, though. So when I actually started hiking down into the crater, there was barely any people there, probably because it was pretty late in the day and most people go really early on. I only ended up seeing a couple people actually heading up from the crater, which means when I got down into it, I think I was the only person there, which would be perfect for experiencing how quiet it would be, and also perfect for these cinematic looking scenes of me walking through the cinematic landscape of the crater. So you've probably seen a lot of videos on the quietest places on Earth, and a lot of times they look like this, or that.
Okay, that feels like my head is
way more weird than I thought. I feel like I'm like plugging my ears and talking.
And this is a volcano. This is a crater in a volcano, but somehow it is in fact the most quiet natural place on Earth. So technically speaking, the quietest room on Earth is the Microsoft Audio Lab, which has produced sounds or not produced sounds down to negative 20 decibels. I think more of a place that you can go to experience the silence, not so much a testing room with foam everywhere. But sure, on a technicality level, that's the quietest, but can you really go there? Minus the vegetation, this is exactly how I would imagine Mars to be. And it also helps that we're 10,000 feet up, so it's a little harder to breathe. Okay, before I measure how quiet it actually is, I need you guys to understand how similar this place looks to Mars. Like here, I'll take some random footage of me just walking around, do some minor editing to the color and stuff. Just watch this.
Oh my goodness, looks like we are finally getting a clean video feed from the astronauts. For any of you joining us now, this is our first glimpse of our Starship crew on the surface of Mars, and I am I'm honestly speechless right now. This looks absolutely incredible. Congratulations to the entire SpaceX team for this remarkable achievement.
Who's gonna show that to Elon Musk? So when you guys tweet him that video, you can be like, hey, look, Elon, you don't have to go to Mars. You can just go to Haleakala. It's like the same thing. And then he's gonna be like, cool. Thanks. Actually, wait, no, this is the tweet. This is what he would actually say. Probably. I don't know. All right, so right here, I descended about 1,000 feet or so into the crater. There is a little bit of wind here, but I'm just gonna get a base measurement on my decibel reader. We're sitting at 30. I feel wind right now, so we either gotta move down or up to fix that. So as far as I know, the record here is 10 decibels. That is the absolute lowest, basically recorded in any natural place on Earth. The most quiet. A bug just went by and it sounded like an airplane. So I don't know if I'm adjusting to how quiet it is, but when the wind stops and it's just the dead silence, if an insect flies by, it sounds like an airplane. And I almost like look up instinctively, just thinking like it's an airplane flying by. The wind isn't as bad here, so I'm gonna try again. All right, so I actually got an app on my phone. And this should be more accurate. So we're gonna do a quick measurement right here. No wind. Focus. "23. I see it even jumping up when I'm like breathing. That's how sensitive it is. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here and walk away and then see what we can get. So I think from that we hit the low 20s, which from my perspective, after I walked away, it was like total silence. Like from my perspective, there was no way it could possibly be any quieter. As far as I'm aware, I'm the only person out here. I saw 2 other people walking back up and they said they made it to that point right there and then they turned around. All right, time to go to the loudest place on Earth. So at this point, I think the altitude was starting to get to me. I did drive up there 3 separate times, which was a lot, especially because I'm not used to that sort of elevation. I was starting to talk about the new Quiet Place movie and how they should have filmed it here or how they should film the next one there. Like in the crater, I have no idea. And then I was trying to think of the main guy's name, the director, but I just couldn't remember. Krowski? No. Jeff? No. Jake? Krasinski? John Krasinski? John Krasinski. Just send me an email. And that was it. That was my experience in the Haleakala crater, also known as the quietest place on Earth. If you did enjoy, please subscribe. It would mean a lot. It's free. You should just do it. There's no reason not to. Just do it. You should just do it. I mean, you don't have to, but you should. Okay, bye.